The Gameday Broadcast Network is proud to present Baseball Media Day, hosted by the Ballpark, Loudoun. Baseball Media Day is brought to you by Capital Closets, a perfect solution for all of your storage needs. By Integrated Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy. Visit Robin O'Connor and her team the next time you have to get back in the game. And by Finnegan's Grill and Irish Pub, the best sports pub and grill in Ashburn.
All right, I am Coach Rick Nickerson at Briar High School, new this year. We've got some changes coming into the program, as you always do with the new coach. Last year, we had a bit of a down year. Obviously, we're looking to rebound from that, and we're going to do that. We've got lots and lots of returning talent, lots of young talent that has come up, made the jump to the next level. I can't say enough about some of our returners like Jake Ludwig, like Anthony Famigletti, Max Lawson. I mean, I still think that we are stacked with talent. It's just about making it all work, pulling it all together. Let's see. I mean, honestly, coming off of what we ran into last year, it's a team that's full of potential. It's just a matter of turning all that into wins, which I expect we'll be able to this year. Well, I mean, and this kind of speaks to what I was just saying. I think we're going to be good this year depending on how well we can come together. The chemistry is where our talent is really going to shine. All my guys have been hearing this over and over again. We are not going to be good accidentally. It's all going to come down to the work that we put in, like everybody else. It's all going to come down to the way the team plays together and how they play for each other. So that's what we're building. That's what we're trying to accomplish. And, obviously, hope things work out.
So. Coach Bob Duncan from Gameday Magazine. Thanks for being with us today. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you coming out. Is there one particular player or a couple of players that you could point to that are on the brink of a breakout season that maybe we can look forward to seeing this season?
I don't know how many of them are mysteries. Like I said, Jake Ludwig is a standout pitcher since he came up with us his sophomore year. Max Lawson, we brought him up as a freshman last year. I think he is going to be a name that everybody knows, certainly by the time he's finished playing with us. Anthony Famigletti is going to hold down position likely on the left side. I think he's going to be a force at the plate. We got Connor Prezioso running around in the outfield that I don't expect many balls to get down on him. I mean, like I said, we're going to be young. We have a number of sophomores that have made the jump to varsity this year, but it is a very, very talented group. I think you're going to know a lot of our guys.
Coach, I know George Calsa from Gameday. I know Briarwoods has a long history of sending kids to college playing whatever the varsity sport is. Mm-hmm. How many kids do you have who are capable of or committed to playing at college?
In terms of commitments right now, guys are still talking to players. I know that what I can say is that I know that there's a lot of interest in our guys. We don't have a lot of commitments. We have kids that are interest places like Wake Forest, places like other programs, Millersville, I think one of them said, in Pennsylvania. So right now we don't have a commitment from our senior class, but I expect that we will see that change in the next couple of years.
Coach, obviously winning baseball games, winning championships, that's the goal for any coach, for any team.
Of course.
But can you be a little bit more specific? What specific stepping stones are you looking for, and maybe concrete items of improvement over last year that you're looking for from this year?
Again, this comes back to my philosophy that I've talked about a little bit, is we have to play for each other. Baseball is a game of failure. 300 is an exceptional season, we have to have a 1 through 9 that can get the job done, that can execute. I think some of that is where we fell down a little bit last year, is in the execution. But that's what we're working on. That's what we're trying to build is, next guy up mentality, taking care of those little things. And, if the person in front of you didn't get the job done, picking him up and making sure that the job gets done with the next at-bat, with the next ground ball.
Coach, you haven't worked with your players all that long this season, obviously, but what's your impression of how this group is going to sort of influence you as a coach to be a better coach?
Honestly, I'm just really excited about this group. Like I said, I have a ton of young talent. I get to work with them, from, like I said, we have a lot of sophomores playing on varsity. We had a huge turnout with freshmen that are going to be coming into our program. What I'm excited about is actually getting to work with and develop these players the whole 4 years. I've got some really excellent returning juniors that I've already worked with as the pitching coach. So in terms of how they're going to influence me, it's trying to figure out how to make it all come together and, what's going to work, what's not going to work. Whereas in the past, I've gotten to kind of put my philosophy into the pitchers and kind of focus on that position group. So I don't know if that answers the question, but that's probably my best answer to it.
Coach, you mentioned you had a lot of young talent come out for the tryouts, a big freshman class and some returning sophomores and juniors. Describe how you've seen the talent pool across Northern Virginia, not just in the Briar Woods, but across Northern Virginia. How would you describe the improvement in the quality that we see across Northern Virginia?
I think Northern Virginia has been a hotbed of baseball talent for a long time. Even back when I was playing years and years ago at South Lakes, we had guys like Joe Saunders over at West Springfield that came through. And I think what we've seen is, certainly not to take anything away from those Fairfax schools, but the influx of talent into Loudoun over the last few years has just been amazing. And, other than the size of the schools, I think the best baseball in the state is being played in Loudoun County. And that's obviously something we have to account for. That's something we have to prepare for every season. So,
could you crystallize your ideas on how this game should be played and how you want to teach it into just a couple of sentences?
I don't know that my answer would be any different than any other coaches. I think the game needs to be played passionately. Guys gotta want to play. There's got to be a fire in a player to want to get better and to want to, not just succeed, but actually develop as a player. Because these are all high school guys. They got aspirations for something beyond this. And, nobody has mastered the game. No matter how good they are, nobody has mastered the game at 18 years old. So, being a continual student of the game, that passion for the game and improvement, I think that's what I want to try to instill in my players too.
Coach, as the talent level has improved, obviously we're starting to draw more and more interest from some of the big time college programs and throughout the country. As you mentioned, looking at Northern Virginia as a hotbed of talent, what would you tell a prospective college player that's still in high school? What would you tell him that he needs to do in order to be able to present himself as the best possible recruit to play at the next level, and what could you do as a coach to help that out?
I think it's very easy. I don't want to say it's easy, but colleges are going to have their pick of players, especially those big colleges. They're going to, the Stanfords, the LSUs, they have no trouble finding somebody that can throw 90. What I think is going to actually help guys stand out, help them get that attention and attract that attention is how complete of a player are you? Yes, you can throw 90. Do you have a secondary pitch? Do you have a tertiary pitch? Do you have, can you spot up your pitches, or are you just shoving it past guys because talent-wise you're better right now? Same is true at the plate. Yes, everybody wants to be able to hit the ball hard. Everybody wants to be able to bounce balls off the fence or put it over the fence. But can you make an adjustment during an at-bat to get a job done as well? Are you reliable, or are you just trying to make it to the next level on talent? So, again, coming back to what I've said before, it's about development. It's, you have this excellent talent that you're working with, that you're bringing in. Can you develop the skills to complement that, to set you apart from the rest of the talent that's out there?
Coach, who are the hitters on your team who you feel confident they can stand in that batter's box and face top level, the top level pitching, the kids who throw hard, or the kids who can spot the ball, and the players who can adjust in an at bat and get the ball in play?
Well, I think I'm comfortable sending 1 through 9 up against any of the pitchers, because like I said, that's what we're working on, that's what we're developing, and I'm developing the confidence in them to be able to do that. Some of the guys that I feel like I can count on to do the job in those situations are Max Lawson. I think he is an excellent technical hitter. He is, we're actually going to get to see a little bit of him from both sides of the plate this year, which is always impressive in a young batter. Anthony Famigletti is another guy that I expect is going to make a lot of noise in the middle of our lineup. He's a guy that's going to find barrels. He is also a kid who can make adjustments, get his foot down, get his hands moving against some of the top arm talent that we're going to see. His name's come up before. He's young. He's a sophomore. Connor Prezioso is another kid that I've, in the time that we've been working, I've seen him make adjustments to his hitting approach. So, I mean, I'm confident in the lineup 1 through 9. Honestly, probably 1 through 10 or 11. And we've talked, as a coaching staff, we've talked about, some of our decisions when it comes to positioning is going to be who's hitting the ball best today. So, yeah.
Coach, in your district, there's a lot of good competition. You got the Stonebridge, the Independence, the Riversides. Is there one particular game that you're looking forward to, perhaps more than any other?
Well, I mean, our season ended at Stonebridge last year. Obviously, that leaves a taste. But again, to piggyback off of what you just said, or to respond to what you just said, I mean, the circle is around our calendar. We have to be here and ready to play against Indy and the lineup of arms that they have. We have to be here and ready to play against Riverside with the lineup of talent that they have. I mean, certainly in my first year, I'm looking at it more from a whole schedule point of view. But I would say, the biggest thing that we want to do is have happy weeks. If we have 3 games that week, make sure that we're winning the majority of them. We have 2 games in a week, do our best to get both of them.
Coach, as always, great to have you. We appreciate you coming to Media Day. Good luck to the Falcons this year. Look forward to watching you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
This presentation of Game Day Baseball Media Day has been brought to you by the Ballpark Loudoun, the newest home for baseball training, team parties, and corporate events in Loudoun County, Virginia. Come live the experience. To watch more of Game Day Baseball Media Day, visit the Game Day Nation Facebook page at facebook.com/Game Day Broadcast and on Twitter at GBN Mobile.